Welcome to Tallinn, Estonia.
And this video is going to be a bit different because we're going to go and look at the TripAdvisor's top things to see in this city, and then we're going to see what it says about them, and then we're going to give our verdict. Right, let's go to the first one. This way. So here we are, stop number one for us, and it's not in any particular order. We're not going up in like the better ones, it's just random, and this is the first one, entitled Lovely Linda.
So she is the wife of Kalev, the man who founded the city, and the statue is of her bowing her head because she's mourning his death. And it's very important to the people of Tallinn because despite the fact that the statue predates World War II, the residents adopted it as an unofficial memorial to loved ones that had been exiled to Siberia. And the inscription under the statue reads, "To remember the ones who were taken away, their oppression is screaming towards the sky."
What star rating would you give the Linda Monument out of 5?
Out of 5, maybe 3.
I think I would as well. We give it 3. TripAdvisor gave it 4.
But because it's more about the meaning of it than the actual how it looks. But also, if you didn't know it was there, you wouldn't come across it.
No. So here we are, Toompi Hill, and this is the 10th century Estonian stronghold, and it's now the Parliament building.
I'm not a fan of the colour.
I like it. Right, what's your 5-star rating of the Parliament building?
2.5.
I would give it 3, so that means 2.75 from us. TripAdvisor gives it 4.5.
Oh.
You pulled the score down there. I'll tell you what I like about this Parliament building. You can just walk up to the front door and there's like no masses of policemen stopping you. No photo. It's just like, there you go. Although, this is the furthest point you can actually go. Right, we're going to go to this little park behind the Parliament building because it's our next stop to give our little review. So this is Pick Herman. What are some interesting facts about Pick Hermans?
So they always fly the Estonian flag at the top of the tower, and they play the national anthem every morning. It's sunrise, but never before 7 a.m.
So let's give it our rating out of 5. Pick Hermans, for me, would get a 4.
Yeah, I give it a 4 as well. Looks good.
TripAdvisor also gives it 4.
Yeah.
Tick. And now we've come to this, the Alexander Nevsky Cathedral. This is the most photographed site in all of Tallinn. And listen to this, it was built during Soviet times in that traditional style, as you can see. But when Estonia briefly became independent in the 1920s, they were going to knock it all down because it was a symbol of Soviet oppression. But they didn't have enough money, so it survived. How lucky was that to survive? What do you think of it?
I'm a big fan. It's beautiful.
Right, to go in, Celine is covering because it is, after all, an Orthodox cathedral. So, what would you give this out of 5? 5. I would give it 5. This is the top attraction, and I can understand why. But TripAdvisor only gives it 4.75.
No, I give it 5. I'd say the outside of it is, for me, is more beautiful than the inside.
Yeah.
But it's definitely you can come here and not go and see that.
So we've come. How would you even pronounce that?
Kick in the cock.
And it says it's the largest medieval artillery tower in the Baltics and a symbol, or one of the symbols, of Tallinn. And apparently there are cannonballs embedded in the walls. Let's see if we can find one. Can you see any?
Yeah, there. 3 in a row. See?
Where? How many stars?
4?
I would give it 3, so that's 3.5. TripAdvisor gives it 4. Kinderkoch. Kia Kinderkoch, which actually is a German term for peek into the kitchen, because back in the day people were up there and they could see into the kitchens of the houses below, thus the name Kia Kinderkoch. Isn't it just gorgeous? Yeah. Tallinn is just gorgeous, and look how medieval it looks. This gorgeous tower just along from the other one is called the Maidens Tower, and it's another one of the 14th century fortifications, but it was used as a prison for prostitutes at one day, thus the name Maidens Tower. Are you ready to see a creepy statue?
Yes, I love a creepy statue.
Okay. What do you think of it?
Oh, I love them. They're so cool. I'm excited about the inside because the outside of it's got those creepy statues.
Yeah. Jesters everywhere. There you go. Tallinn. You can see the Baltic in the background. Do you know, if you come here late at night when there's nobody about, you might see a ghost of one of the ladies who were imprisoned here. This was worth €4,
Yeah,
wasn't it? That's all it cost. So we've just been in the most loathed prison cell.
Most feared and loathed prison cell. The first ghost tower in town.
Rating for the Maidens Tower?
Maiden Tower 4, creepy statues 5.
I would give it 4, so that's a rating of 4.25. TripAdvisor gave it 4 out of 5. Yeah, that was a hit.
Yeah.
Right, we're going to walk now to Freedom Square, but as we're going, I'm going to tell you some interesting facts. Tallinn was founded in the 13th century by some German knights who built a castle here.
Did you also know that TransferWise and Skype were invented here?
No? What about this one then? Finland is only a 2-hour ferry ride away, and everyone comes over here to buy the cheap booze.
I actually didn't know that. Interesting. Did you know that it's home to wolves, elk, deer and bear?
Wow. Anyway, let's go to Freedom Square. Here it is, Freedom Square, built to commemorate soldiers who were killed during the Estonian War of Independence. And they were going to build this square, but then the Second World War broke out and then the Soviets took over, so then it was called Victory Square, but now it's called the Square of Freedom. So let's give it our star rating, bearing in mind the historical significance of this place to the Estonian people and how it looks.
4?
Yeah, I'll give it a 4 as well. A hit, but it's not the most beautiful place, but it is significant, isn't it? And there's a nice church opposite, which looks good. And I like the fact that they've got the Ukrainian flag next to the Estonian flag there, showing their unity with that country. Yeah. So this is not on the TripAdvisor tour, but Celine insisted that we come here. It looks good though. Did you see what happened there? You hear it? As soon as I walked in. I am the chosen one. I always thought I was, but now I've had proof. Finally. There you go. Thank you. But I'll tell you something I'm not happy about with you. Going off the tour.
Jason, you can't just be like, no, it's not that you're not going. If you see something that looks good, we need to go see it. You need to stop being so anal about things.
So this is St. Nicholas's Church, and the review here says, a lovely place, great place to visit. The building itself was beautiful and it was free. I think it might be closed, at least judging by the doors. Damn. Well, if it had been open, it might have got a higher rating, but as it stands, 2-star from me. Same from Celine. TripAdvisor gave it 4. So this street here, full of beautiful buildings, is Harju or Harju Street. But look what it looked like in the Second World War after all the bombing. Compare this street then to this street now. What an absolute difference. Just look how stunningly beautiful this is. my opinion, this is better than Prague without all the crowds.